All right. Let's talk about adding items. So let's say I have a simple list again as before. I'm just going to define it again. Let's just put more stuff there. Very simple, and maybe even a string 1, and some number, just to have a little bit of a different looking list. Now, to add an item to a list, you can simply use the method, called append. Right? So I can say my list dot, and when I press dot, you will see a list of methods. And these are all the methods that you can use when your variable is a list, or the object you define, in this case my list, is a list. Right? You can append, you can clear, you can copy, you can count, you can extend. We'll talk about a few of these, of course. So append is what I want to focus on. I say dot append, and let's say I want to append 100, and let's print the list here, and then print my list. So you will see the before and after. If I press enter, let me clean things up here, and I'm going to run this again. So my list previously is this, and then when I use append, it adds the item to the end of the list. Right? Now you can do kind of list concatenation. You can kind of add multiple items at once using what we call list concatenation. Let's say I have my list again. This is my list, right? And let's say I have some additional items I want to add to my list. So what I can do, I can say my list is equal to my list plus additional items. Now if I print this, print my list, and remember I'm just selecting the specific lines and I'm running those specific lines, not the whole code. Shift enter. Now you can see I have 1, 2, 3, and then 5, 6, 7 added to my list. Right. Another way of writing this concatenation or addition, you can write this, you can summarize, or you can do a little bit of more concise way of better to say, there's a concise way of rewriting or writing this line would be my list plus equal additional items. So you might see people use this, especially professional programmers, when they want to add something to the current variable and put it in the variable. Right? We have a specific variable, you want to add something to the variable and put it back to the variable. They use plus equal. So I could just simply say, well, instead of that, let's do this, and I'm just commenting these out, so I don't need going to interfere with what I do. All right, so if I run this, you will see I get the same thing. So that plus equal means my list is equal to my list plus additional items. Now we have the same kind of style of abbreviating this specific operation, basically adding something to a variable and putting it back to a variable, with multiplication, addition. I already showed you the addition, multiplication, division, and it basically follows the same order. So I can show you quickly. It's irrelevant to what we were doing before, but since we're talking about this operation, let's say I define a variable as 2, and then I want to say a is equal to a times 5, right? So print a, and then print a, right? So it's before and after, kind of quick look. Let me clean things up here, and then shift enter. You can see a is 2, then a times 5 is 10. Right? So now this, I could just say that, right? A is equal to A times 5. So I could abbreviate it this way. And if I run this, right, I get the same answer. So this is the kind of style of I would say the kind of style that you will see in different codes. So kind of get used to it. This is nothing but kind of a condensed version of that operation. All right, so that's adding items. There is also extend, mylist. I'm going to use that. Bring it here. And I think you kind of saw that when I, let's say we have that, and then mylist dot extend. And if you don't know how things work, sometimes it's actually you can hover your mouse over, as long as you have added those extensions, you can hover your mouse over a specific method. It gives you a general idea about how things work. Let's try this. All right, I'll say extend, and then that print mylist, and then let's see what happens there. All right. So as you can see, extend does the same thing as just simply concatenating. This operation is concatenation, just adding something to a list. It's kind of the same method. You get the same result. Basically, I'm showing you multiple ways of achieving the same thing. So it's append. The difference is append only adds one item, whereas extend, you can add multiple items at once using to your list, right? Using these methods.